Tonight on Golf Central, hear from half of the U.S. Olympic team as they use the Travelers Championship to prep for Rio. And find out why this week in Connecticut could go a long way in determining the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Plus, it's got one of the most exciting finishing stretches on the PGA Tour. You get to check out the new changes to TPC River Highlands and see how it's going to affect play. Plus, we go behind the scenes with golf's newest major champion. What it's like to walk in Jimmy's shoes the day after Balta's roll. That's all coming at you next.
Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
We're still 3 days away from the opening ceremony for the Rio Olympic Games, and Patrick Reed's already feeling patriotic on Tuesday of the Travelers, donning the red, white, and blue, and he's one of 3 Americans in the field this week, including Bubba Watson, who will be representing the Stars and Stripes next week in Rio. Bubba also a 2-time champ at TPC River Highlands. Here are the 4 players who will be trying to win gold for the U.S. next week. Matt Kuchar also in the field in Connecticut for the Travelers, while Ricky Fowler is making his way down to Rio at the end of the week to walk in the opening ceremony on Friday night. But first, the business at hand, and there's a lot on the line for the 3 Americans in the field this week as they also look ahead to trying to represent their country in the Ryder Cup. Thanks for joining us tonight on Golf Central. I'm George Savarikis. We're going to start, though, by focusing in on the Travelers Championship. It was a rainy Tuesday morning, which led to a nice afternoon at TPC River Highlands with the start of the men's individual golf. A little more than a week away, the buzz is starting to build. With more, here's Matt Adams reporting from Connecticut.
Hey, George, thank you. There is a great deal of excitement here at TPC River Highlands' Travelers Championship for the forthcoming Olympics. 2 of the American Olympians, in Bubba Watson and Patrick Reed, addressed the media today, and they were asked specifically about what level of excitement they had heading down to Rio and what they're most looking forward to.
What an honor and a thrill to play for your country in the Olympics. Just to be part of the Olympics. Who cares if I finish dead last? Just to be part of the Olympics is a big honor and thrill. I know the boxes I've been opening the last 2 weeks for all my gear. You know, it might not say Oakley on it, but all my gear that I wear for the Olympics is nice. Just to have that United States flag, that emblem on there, is a special thing for me.
I'm obviously very excited to play for the Olympics, if you couldn't tell. I mean, I'm in red, white, and blue today, and I actually am debuting the Olympics bag today, and I'll be carrying that this week. So that'd just be really cool. I thought it would be great for the fans to see. The only time they're going to actually be able to see it is on TV at the Olympics. So I was glad to be able to pull it out and wear the colors proud this week. We got 2 boxes at home. I got the clothing that I'm wearing for the actual tournament, and then the golf bag. And when I opened up that box, I was just like, oh man, this thing's amazing. Can't wait to carry it. And then all of a sudden, when I arrived here yesterday, was when all the other gear was actually here on site, and to be able to open that up, it was like it was like a kid at Christmas. I'm just over there opening it up, showing every piece to everybody. It was amazing, and it's so cool whenever you're opening up any kind of gear when it has the red, white, and blue on it. And it has USA or Ryder Cup or President's Cup. When you actually get to go and represent your country, it just means so much to me, and I just can't wait to get over there and actually start playing.
Patrick will not be the only one unwrapping gifts for the Olympics, as there are other Olympians here at the Travelers Championship as well. Matt Kuchar will address the media on Wednesday, and I'm sure he'll be asked very similar questions as well. 3 others that are in the field include Padraig Harrington, Soren Kjeldsen, and Alex Cejka. We caught up with each.
Well, I'm very excited. It's going to be a great tournament. I like Brazil, and obviously the Olympics. I've been watching it for so many years on TV. Finally, golf is included, so it's going to be great to come back and compete with 60 great players, for the medals.
I think the way that I've looked at it is that it's sort of a bit of a travel into the unknown, and I think after. I played a lot of years on tour and experienced a lot of things in golf, but this is totally different, and I really look forward to that. It's going to be really exciting and somewhat different.
I've won 3 majors, so there's not many things that change my CV. There's not many things that make me change what I've done in this game, and being an Olympian does change that, and clearly if I went on and won a medal or a gold medal, it would significantly change that.
No doubt the players are as excited as we are about watching the opening ceremony Friday night at 7:30 Eastern on NBC. But first, the task at hand is this. The Travelers Championship all said they are prepared for that which lies before them, this TPC River Highlands. George, back to you.
Well, the Olympic torch is making its way around Brazil. The torch passed through several towns on its way to its ultimate destination, Rio de Janeiro, in time for the opening ceremony, which is this Friday night. From one big competition to another, Hazeltine will serve as the host for the 2016 Ryder Cup this fall outside Minneapolis, September 30th through October 2nd. The U.S. Ryder Cup team looking to win for the first time since 2008. This is the upcoming U.S. Ryder Cup timeline. The top 8 in the standings at the end of the Barclays on August 28th will automatically play their way on to Captain Davis Love III's team. TL3 will then select 3 captains' picks following the conclusion of the BMW Championship on September 11th, with one final captain selection being made after the Tour Championship. So this is the up-to-date standings for the players outside the top 8. And in a funny twist, the 4 guys representing the U.S. in Rio are the first 4 players on the outside of the bubble looking in at the moment when it comes to the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Here's Watson and Reed on the road ahead and what this week will mean to them.
My thoughts are play good here. You know, I've looked at my team. My team is, we've talked about playing Wyndham. Normally I don't play Wyndham to get ready for the playoffs, but you know, we've looked at trying to maybe play there. If I don't play as well as I want to here, just so I can get more points. You know, I don't want to go off a pick. I'll take a pick all day long, but you know, it's better to set yourself on that team than rely on a pick. I figure a gold medal would help, though. Even though it doesn't count, it'll still count.
I've been thinking about playing for Ryder Cup my whole life, and being able to play my first one in 14, playing really well at that event. It just seems like that match play and that kind of an atmosphere just brings out the best in me. And you know, I'm going to try as hard as I can to play well here and play well throughout playoffs to hopefully secure my spot. But you know, when I got the call to represent the U.S. at the Olympics, there was no doubt that I was going to go play, no matter whether it was Ryder Cup points or anything like that. It didn't matter. Anytime I can wear red, white, and blue, I'm going to, and I'll be on the first flight. So that was a pretty easy decision for me.
Joined now by Golf Channel analyst Brian Bateman. Brian, what do you think of the list as it stands right now for the U.S. Ryder Cup team?
Well, I think Davis Love III is in a great position, George, honestly, because he loves Brooke Koepka, and for him to move into the list with his play last week. He loves Zach Johnson. Yeah, and then you have Phil Mickelson. Where it gets interesting is from, I think Zach's a lock at 6, but when you get down from 7 at J.B. Holmes all the way down to 16, that's where it gets a little bit finicky. And the reason why is because there's only 4 events left, and a lot of these players are playing some weeks and not playing others. As you said, that Bubba and Cooch and Fowler, are in the Olympics, but some are playing this week and some are not. And the easiest thing to look at it, when you look at the points, it's $1,000 per point. So you can look at the points and see that it's going to take somewhere for $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 for these guys that are 12, 14, 15 on the list to even catch Brent Snedeker at 8. And so they're going to have to make the hay in these next 2 weeks, the next 3 weeks, if they decide to play. Now, obviously, these schedules can change. These players can commit. As of today, the only player that's playing 3 out of the next 4 events is Zach Johnson.
And the one thing we know for sure, the first 4 guys on the outside playing the Rio Olympics obviously aren't playing the John Deere Classic, so their only other opportunity aside from the Travelers would then fall to the Wyndham Championship prior to the Barclays.
Yeah, Bubba did say that he might add the Wyndham. He hasn't played there in years, but he may have to add it if these guys want to make up some ground. But I think that's a good point that Bubba did make. If you win the gold medal, I think that will hold some merit with Davis Love III when it comes to choosing captain's picks.
You would think that would add a little cachet to your to your resume to get on the Ryder Cup team. All right, much more to come on Golf Central. One of the most exciting short par 4s on the PGA Tour will have a new look for 2016. What impact will it have? Stay with us to find out.